Hi guys, so we're going to be continuing on with our Python 3 stuff today, and we're going to be looking at this here, def. So a lot of people, when they're looking online for examples and things, keep encountering this def thing, and they're really not sure what it's all about. So def is part of functions. It means define the function. And functions are chunks of code that you can reuse throughout your program. A sort of way to test if you need one of these is to say, are you repeating the same chunk of code again and again throughout your program? If you are, then it's probably better to use a function rather than write out the code or copy and paste the code again and again and again. Okay, so let's have a look at that. So let's look at a simple one first, and then we can maybe see in a better example where it should be going. So let's say we define add. Now this is going to be a simple function, and all it's going to do is add stuff together. Okay, so we're going to add. So we have def, and then we have the name of our function, and followed by brackets and a colon. And inside here, we will simply put what we want to happen when we run it. Adding stuff. Okay, now let's just show that off very quickly that absolutely nothing is going to happen. So this is just us making the chunk of code. We don't run it at this point. So to run it, we have to say, down here somewhere, add. Adding stuff. Okay, so now the useful thing here is we can do that as many times as we like. So, although this seems a bit silly at the moment, just imagine that this definition had hundreds and hundreds of lines of code, and we had to repeat it 3 times. So rather than writing out those hundreds of lines of code again and again and again, we can just simply call the function. Now, of course, this function is not very useful yet, so let's try and do something not realistic, but something more with it. So we've got add, but we want to add, let's say, 2 numbers together. Keep it simple. The first number is going to be, we're going to use variables. We're going to say number 1 and number 2. Again, all one character. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say result equals number 1 plus number 2. Now, I'm aware there's different ways we can do this. But for now, we're just trying to write it out longhand and stuff so that it's nice and easy to understand. Okay, now save it and run it, and again, nothing is going to happen. Okay, now this time, when we add, what we have to do, we can put the brackets, but you'll see it gives us a prompt there, that was nice. Number 1 and number 2. So here we have to put in the numbers that we want to add. For example, 9, comma 10. Now, this time when we run it, yeah, okay, so this time it works. If we left those numbers out, let's see what would happen actually, just to show you what's going on. We leave the numbers out, we get an error. So it's saying 2 positional arguments required, number 1 and number 2. So what's happening here is number 9 and number 8, say, number 9 is being assigned to number 1 inside this function. And number 8 is being assigned to number 2 inside that function. Okay, now obviously we want to see the result, so let's print out the result. End there. Ta-da, 17. Okay, and then like I said, we can call this for as many times as we like, and we can put in different numbers, and what it will do is for each time you do add, it will go up to here and run this mini program and print the result. Ta-da! Okay, so that's all okay so far, but this print result thing is maybe not so very useful. What we probably want to do instead is to maybe use the result from there for some other reason. So let's say we wanted to print for some reason, I'm not sure why, we want to add 10 to the result. So rather than print result here, what we can do is we can use return, and then whatever we want to output from this mini program here. So the way to think of it is the numbers in here, or whatever's in these brackets here, is going into this little program, and then at the end you can return anything you like from inside the program. And so now when we do add 10 and 11, what's going to happen is this is going to be equal to the return value. Okay, so again, if we remove this bit here, just to show you, we're going to get a problem because there's no return value and you're saying print this. Okay, well, none in this case, but so it's not going to give us anything useful, at least. Okay, so we need to say return result. I mean, we could return number 1, for example, and it's just going to say that number. Yeah. So, but obviously in this case we want to return result. Okay, so and you can have as many of these defs as you want. You could have a def subtract, say n1, n2, and print subtract. Oops, forgot my subtract stuff. And again, the same thing as what we have up there, kind of. So we're going to say result equals n1 plus n2. Oh, not plus, minus n2. And then return, oops, oh, for goodness sake, return result. Okay, and then again, we should be able to do the same thing here with print sub 10 and 9. Oops, semicolon, silly me. Yeah, make sure you put your semicolons here, don't be a Mr. Chris, do it properly. Ta-da! Okay, so this and then this. So now these, like I say, these can be way more complex than just this. These could be doing something much more fanciful and perhaps challenging. But just look out for that repetition thing. When you're repeating something again and again and again at different stages of your program, maybe defining a little function is what you need to do rather than copying and pasting. Yeah, makes your programs nice, smaller, compact, more efficient. It's all very good. For practice, what I'd suggest you try is maybe, I mean, this is way too simple, but try and bring in your ifs, your elses, your whiles, and try and make a running calculator. So, for example, you could ask the user, what do you want to do? Add. Okay, if they say add, then it's going to get the first input, the first number, input the second number, add them together. What do you want to do? Multiply. Okay, I'm going to do that. And if you're into physics or other subjects, if you're studying for GCSEs or IGCSEs or A-level, whatever it happens to be, I mean, maybe you want to make like a physics calculator, something like this. And that's a really good way for you to practice both subjects at the same time. Okay, hope that helps. And if you've got any questions, post them below. And please remember to subscribe as well. Thank you very much. Good luck with your exams.